Here, manager Allinson. Lee, today was the first session back after a hard-earned break. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, refreshed. It's been a really, really tough summer. I sort of quite know now how the old gaffer Chris Nunn kind of feels. It's been tough. It's been signing players, losing players, agreeing with players and losing players, and players not agreeing and then coming back. And it's one of them. And you know, I've learned quite a lot this summer. But with the turnout tonight, with a few boys missing, I'm really pleased with how it's gone.
As you just mentioned, we've had plenty of players come in and come out. Can you just update us on the players coming in and staying?
Yeah, so obviously the players staying, you've got your Sam Donkins, Jack Bradshaw, Jordan Gent, Tommy Smith, skipper Kieran Forbes, Sean Lucian, Brooksy, Matt Ball, Luca. Trying to think who else I've missed out here. Peter Clark. So if I missed anyone out, but the core of the side is there. I'm really happy with what we kept. Obviously disappointing losing Lucas, David Longking and Solomon, but it was for the right reasons. You know, they've stepped up. Disappointing to lose Ben Walster to the level below. I think he's better than that, and Bradley Bell. I think he's better than that. But sometimes in football that other factors become in the way, and maybe money speaks louder than playing football. But that's by and by, and everyone's got a right. You know, at the end of the day, it's what's important to them, and you know, fair play to them. And I wish them all the best at their new clubs, and hopefully one day we can work with all of them again at some point.
How important was it being able to keep the core from last season?
Yeah, really important. You know, as I said, I'd kind of done a deal with Solomon and David, but I knew David would be hard to keep off the season he's had. I felt Solomon could have probably done with one more year, but once the South clubs come in for him, there was only one place he was going to go. So losing them, it was really important to keep your Kieran Forbes and players like that. They've got good experience, Jordan Gent, and you know, it was really, really important to keep that core of the side, which we've done now, and it's time to build on that and have another go next season.
You've said in the previous interview that you feel we're in a better situation now than we were at this time last year. Can you just go into how you mean by that?
Yeah, well, I mean, last year we probably had 2-3 players at the start. You know, this year we started with 8 or 9. So that's what I mean by that. You know, we've also got Claudio Fusu. I'm not sure what he's doing at the moment. He's trialling at clubs, so he needs to decide what he wants to do, whether he wants to come and play 40 games for us or maybe sit on benches and be a bit part player. I think if he was to stay with us, he'd have a great season. But so it was really important to keep that basis, that spine of the team, and then kick on from there. So we're in a better place this year than last year. Having said that, we had good players last year, like David Solomon and people like that, and Lucas Perry. So we've lost them, so we have to move on.
Some people from outside the Biggleswade circle could argue that maybe we overachieved a little bit last year, which is obviously a credit to us. What are your expectations coming into next season?
Yeah, well, you know, we have to go and push on again. We have to try and challenge. We have to try and get in the playoffs. I'll say it again, we have to try and win leagues. And we'll set our target for that, and then we'll see where it takes us in the course of the season. It's important we try and have a good FA Cup run this year. I felt last year was poor. But, you know, with the new players we brought in, hopefully now we can kick on.
We've had a lot of new players coming. Can you just talk to us about them, please?
Yeah, so we've obviously we've signed Matty Miles tonight, captain of St Neots to the back end of the season. Player I really like. I think he'll come in and do very well. We've signed Shane Bush, which for me was one of the number one targets for me this year. He's a massive signing for us. He can play anywhere down the middle. He's a real handful. I think you've just seen him training tonight. When we put the ball in the box, the lad looks lethal. We've also gone and signed. We've got a lad coming in on Thursday to sign. We've signed Liam McDevitt, centre half. Again, what he'll bring to us is a communication. I felt that's what we lacked last year. He's loud. He don't stop talking. He's talking in training tonight. He's a leader. He's a man, and he's a very good signing for us. We've got one real big one, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But if that gets over the line, I'll be over the moon. That will really, really put us in a good place, and that'll be a huge signing for the club. But you know, the core of the boys are there. We've got, what I said, one coming in Thursday. We've got 2 lads at the moment that are talking to Conference South clubs. But again, I go back to we can give them 40 games, and you've seen what we've done with the likes of David, Sol, Lucas, and the old gaffer can take some credit for Lucas as well because he was here before them. But you know, we can push these boys on, and that's them trying to understand that maybe it's not about saying I play in the Conference South, maybe that's playing 40 games for us and then going into the South or the Conference, because I believe these players are good enough eventually, but it'd be no good to them if they go there and don't play games. The one thing we can offer them is games. So we'll find out about them boys on Saturday, Sunday, and if we can get them over the line, I'd be over the moon. But the 3 or 4 we brought in tonight, really, really happy. One on Thursday again, I'll be happy with, and then hopefully the last 2 or 3 in the next couple of weeks.
Brilliant.
Cheers, mate.